Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. While there are some who don't like my coverage of LucasFilm's upcoming Star Wars series that's entitled The Acolyte, the fact of the matter is that very few are interested in watching it, and as more news about the upcoming series is made public, it just sounds worse and worse. But before proceeding, I'd like to ask everyone to please like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and please press the bell to receive notifications. Thanks! Back on March 20th, I released a video in which I provided a review for the trailer that was released for The Acolyte, along with a discussion about George Lucas's public endorsement of Bob Iger during the recent proxy fight with Nelson Peltz because both events occurred on the same day. And during that review, I stated more than once that the highly stylized, choreographed fight clips that were shown in the trailer were highly reminiscent of the 2000 Chinese martial arts movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, minus the fantastical anti-gravity movements. Well, in an Empire Online interview with Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, Leslye Headland, who is the show's creator as handpicked by Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, Headland confirmed my assessment. In fact, either the article or Leslye Headland herself gave the fighting style a name, Force Fu, which is apparently her Star Wars version of the martial art known as Kung Fu as was depicted by actress Carrie-Anne Moss in the Matrix movies. So let's dive into this article. It makes so much sense. You almost wonder why it hasn't happened already. Given Carrie-Anne Moss's astonishing action work in the Matrix movies, with their gravity-defying wire work and rapid-fire hand-to-hand choreography, she possesses Jedi-level talents already. And in the new Star Wars series, The Acolyte, creator Leslye Headland is finally connecting all of those dots. Wow, Empire Online really likes to brown-nose Leslye Headland. Meet Jedi Master Indara, bringing martial arts excellence to the galaxy far, far away. You mean Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant isn't fond of Ray Park's abilities in Star Wars I: The Phantom Menace? Probably not, since he's a guy. Plus, he obviously wouldn't fit in with Kathleen Kennedy's overdose of feminization of the Star Wars franchise. What was it that they said in that South Park Panderverse episode? Oh yes, put a chick in it and make it lame and gay. But let's move on with the article. As seen in the show's first trailer, not only will the part see Moss get caught up in hand-to-hand combat with Amandla Stenberg's mysterious May, she also brings Force moves into her fighting. Yes, she knows Force Fu. There's that first stupid neologism, and that's not meant as a pun even though the word begins with Neo. Quote, she is very much inspired by Trinity, unquote, Headland tells Empire of Master Indara. Casting Moss was, she says, a quote-unquote no-brainer if it means Star Wars fans see Indara as Trinity with a lightsaber. That's the intended effect. Oh, I see. In other words, Headland's creativity is to borrow characters and ideas from other franchises. I mean, George Lucas did borrow a lot from Frank Herbert's Dune, so I guess Headland feels that she can borrow from others too. But at least George Lucas had the common sense to change it up a lot and not make it quite so obvious as Headland's efforts are. Quote, I personally wanted to see someone who had the highest status you could imagine in a Force Fu fight, someone that would come in and you immediately would be like, oh, that's the most powerful Jedi in the room. And that's Trinity, unquote, Headland states. Well, there's the answer to the earlier question. That stupid neologism, Force Fu, was invented by Leslye Headland, because she can't even come up with a more in-universe name. And on top of that, by saying Carrie-Anne Moss's Jedi is the most powerful Jedi in the room is highly suggestive that she's supposed to be more powerful than Yoda. And I am far more inclined now to believe that Yoda won't make an appearance in this female-centric series.
Yes, yes.
As for Moss, she was immediately hooked by Headland's vision for the Acolyte, likening it to her conversations with Christopher Nolan and the Wachowskis. Quote, I felt that a few times in my career with some of the big things I've done, Memento, The Matrix, where you're talking to the filmmaker and you just go, oh, they totally get it, unquote, she says. And Moss too got plenty out of jacking into the galaxy far, far away. Quote, within my soul and my spirit, to get to play this Jedi Master and train for this fight was an amazing experience, unquote, Moss enthused. Quote, a part of me forgot how much I love action. I love it. It's hard. But I was just really thrilled that I could do it and I wanted to do it well. Give me another take. Give me another take, unquote. Whatever dark side force is rising in the Acolyte, dodge this. Well, in spite of Moss's apparent enthusiasm, I have the distinct feeling that many are planning to dodge this show altogether, especially now that the trailer has a nearly 3.5 to 1 ratio against it, with 654,000 dislikes and 188,000 likes as of the time that I am recording this video. And that's a higher ratio against the show than when I last reported on it in a video that I had released on March 27th. Plus, the poll that I began last week goes right along with that, with 59 votes cast on YouTube. A whopping 86% voted that they are very unlikely to watch The Acolyte, with 5% saying that they're somewhat unlikely, but only 3% voted that they are somewhat likely to watch, with only 5% voting very likely. Thus, 91% are either very or somewhat unlikely, while only 9% are either very or somewhat likely to watch it. This whole thing about Carrie-Anne Moss essentially playing a Star Wars version of her Matrix character Trinity not only shows how typecasted she is in this show, it demonstrates a complete lack of creativity and originality on the part of Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, Leslye Headland. And what this also does is to further convince me that The Acolyte is going to become the least watched Star Wars show on Disney Plus after it premieres this June. But we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.